Welcome to the Vinny Rock Podcast.
Much more than this, I did it my way.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It is the Vinny Rock Podcast. I'm here with my buddy. Dude, I just Justin Graber.
Yeah.
Graber.
Yeah, Graber.
Oh, dude, every fucking person I have in here, I'm always like, I'm going to fuck up the last name. Last name.
Yeah,
cool.
It would be Grabber if there were two B's.
You're going to have to grab that and hold it up to your face when we do talk. So
Sure.
so they can hear you. But either way, first, let's go through the sponsors. Fucking A. One of my sponsors, you don't have a beard anymore.
No.
Hey, you got it nice and clean. I like that look, though. That's wish I could do that look.
Uh-huh.
I just can't right now, obviously, because of the show.
Yeah.
But beard.com, obviously, is a company that I own, and we have all kinds of different stuff out there for beards and male grooming. That goes hand in hand with classicshave.com as well, for your straight razors and everything else. But, beard.com, check it out. They sell it at the barbershop in Salt Lake City if you guys just want to test it out. If you're in that area for that, it's Throwbacks Barber Company. And, yeah, man, beard.com, go check it out. If you're wondering where to go, it's beard.com. That's fucking easy,
Yeah.
you fucking fucks.
Jesus.
Sorry. The guys, it's really, I have one listener, and he enjoys when I cuss. Everyone else, I'm not sure if they're actually listening or not. They're just helping me with my numbers.
I'm surprised you were able to get beard.com through that. Like, that wasn't taken
dude,
already.
My buddy's a fucking,
He had it like in this.
No, he ended
back
up purchasing it. He ended up purchasing it at one point, and I was lucky enough that he wanted to pull me on board and work with him and try and make it what it is. And it's tough, dude. It's a fucking oversaturated market. Now it just comes down to the people like, if you support me, you'd support the beard brand. But you can get beard oil anywhere, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
this is one of those. It's American made. It's just kind of like, if you just want, it's all it is, dude. It's like, why to buy Coke over Pepsi? Well, I just like it better.
Right.
And so business these days, like everything in the online space seems to be oversaturated, and it's getting harder and harder. And the times of making viral videos and selling a bunch of fucking T-shirts is not going to happen anymore, right? They missed the mark. I missed the mark. I guess I was a part of that mark with Article 15.
Right.
Fuck.
I have one of those shirts.
Do you? Article 15?
Yeah. What was it? The Pew
Professional?
Pew Professional.
Oh, that was our biggest shirt.
Yeah, and the six pack abs. Killer six pack. Yeah.
Dude, I had
Yes.
Yeah. Another one of my sponsors, Core Medical Group. You've seen I've been going on this fitness thing. You've been doing on this fitness thing, really.
Yeah.
It's what they call that, the breakup diet.
Yeah, the breakup diet is like, I don't need to eat. Like, am I hungry? No,
don't even
I'm
think
not.
about
I'm not. You know what? I'm gonna do some push-ups. Yeah.
Like, maybe I need nice abs for the next one. That's the best diet. I don't want one of those anymore. I don't need another one of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm real happy in my situation, but man, sometimes you're like, I wish I could put my mind there, though.
Yeah. Exactly.
But what I've been using is Core Medical Group. It's a TRT replacement. I got tested about 2 years ago now. I've been on it for about a year. I think probably a year now. I'm seeing significant changes. I'm seeing significant changes, not just like in the muscle building aspect of burning fat, but like mood. I feel fucking better, right?
Is that affecting you with like anger at all too?
Dude, and that's funny. That's a misconception of the whole thing.
Right.
Like, testosterone's one thing. But if you start jumping on all the other fucking things that are actually like anabolic and shit, I've heard that has, those symptoms.
Shooting yourself in the butt with the needle, like,
yeah. Well,
don't do that.
Yeah, this you inject with this too.
Okay.
Oh yeah, bro, and it's scary as fuck. But really, what they do is put you at the normal levels of what your age group should be. Most of us should be running somewhere around like 700 to 900, and that's in the high levels.
Right.
I was running somewhere in the 200s, which is obviously extremely low.
Yeah.
That's something you should actually go do.
Okay.
You should actually give them a call, and for a blood test, it's only somewhere, I think it's like $100 something, like low hundred, like 120, maybe. But you can go get blood tested anywhere. They'll tell you
they have like different.
Yeah, they'll find a place. You'll go get your blood tested. They'll run all the numbers on your blood, and they'll tell you if you have low T or not.
Yeah.
And if you do, boom, they'll ship it directly to your fucking house. And they have these awesome plans for veterans. They have these cool plans for veterans, because he did a study, and it was 40 different veterans, and 39 of them had low T.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
something to do with.
And how do
with-
you know unless you get tested?
Right. How do you know unless you get tested? And that's all
Yeah.
it is. And like, you know, too, if you're like, man, I've been working out at the gym and I feel no change, or I'm just sluggish, or, you know, even depression.
Yeah,
it helps
dude.
fight
Oh, man,
depression, bro.
dude, yeah.
Dude, and I told my wife recently, it was like the first time I ever felt like, okay, I might be going through a little bit of depression right now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And when I started up on this, I really feel like I haven't had that feeling. And so, shit, man, if this is what it is that's working
Yeah.
so well, and I'm running again for 2 reasons. I had stem cell treatment,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe it helped my back a lot for recovery. And so now I'm running again. And I give all the testament to fucking Core Medical Group. And so if you're a veteran out there and you're listening, I promise you, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. This is legitimate. I love them. The company itself is great, and I think all of you should take the time to go get your blood work. If it's not through them, through anyone.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, yeah, that makes sense too, because like, even if you're a veteran out there and you're just depressed, go get tested, because sometimes you go through things in your life, and those those stresses can affect your testosterone at that time.
For sure.
You know.
For sure.
So it might be good to
Why
get
wouldn't
tested
you?
and like shit.
Right?
You know, fucking.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
Oh shit! My testosterone's low right now.
Mind, body, and spirit, man. Take
Yeah.
care of your fucking shit.
Yeah.
They call it in the military, what do they call it? PCIs and PCCs, right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Beyond Clothing. Have you ever heard of Beyond Clothing?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a good company. They kind of have like the outdoorsman style clothes, multiple different layers for cold and hot, and fucking they've been a great addition to the team, and I'm excited. I'm gonna do some marketing with them here soon. Once I'm done with the busy schedule I have down here.
Yeah.
Fucking A, man. But Beyond Clothing, you guys go check them out, beyondclothing.com. Willie Peach Chocolate. Me and Willie Peach Chocolate we have a hot sauce. It's in my room. I want to get some. There's a lot of planes around here. Hopefully it doesn't fucking.
No, that's good.
Yeah. But Willie Peach Chocolate is he's a veteran who makes chocolate out of his house. You're fine. He actually does all the ingredients like peppers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you like spicy food?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, so he does chocolate
Jalapeno?
yeah, he does jalapenos in
Habanero?
chocolate. He'll put habaneros in
What?
chocolate. Bro, it's fucking awesome.
That's
and
crazy.
they all have different Scoville units, right? You know, the chili peppers are kind of rated through Scoville units.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, a jalapeno's from around, like, 6,000 Scoville units, which is, obviously, you know, the heat of that.
Yeah.
Then you jump up to a habanero, which is somewhere around, like, I think it's 100K,
Yeah.
100,000.
Wow.
But he has all kinds of different bars with different levels, even some with none. Like, my kids eat the one it's like s'more kind of flavory.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fucking awesome. But Willie Peach Chocolate, me and him decided we want to make a hot sauce. I have it in the room, and I gotta actually put it on some chicken and eat it up, man. It's good stuff. But you guys go check out Willie Peach Chocolate, another one of my sponsors, and I love them. They're fucking amazing. I'm gonna hit GMR Gold, and we're just gonna get talking, bro, because we don't have a lot of time, and I don't want to get a story out there. But GMR Gold is a subscription-based gold and silver and precious metal company.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been doing a monthly subscription for them for the past, I think it's 6 months now, and every month I receive a package up to a certain amount of money in precious metals.
Yeah.
Either coins or bars or medallions, like all this shit, dude. And so me and the kids have been opening them up and having some fun with that, and it's been a great time. That's on gmrgold.com, and Bullion Box is actually the subscription base, so it's fucking cool. You collect anything like that? Metals or anything? Cards?
What are they? Challenge coins?
Challenge?
I
Military
don't collect
challenge?
them. People just
You
give them to me,
fucking-
and I'm like, I guess.
You fucking
I just got a
dude.
new one from the commercial I
Dude.
worked. I was like, what? Come on, guys.
My
I don't
whole
want
thing
these.
is I have so many challenge coins, dude, but I don't know what to do with them. I haven't put them together. I don't like the basic
Yeah, mine are
thing.
like in a Ziploc baggie.
Yeah, dude,
and
I have
stuff.
the same thing. I have
Yeah.
like a box of just a bunch of coins, but I have like 3 of them in the house. Like one in the kitchen is a bunch of them. One in my room is a bunch of them. So I eventually got to put them all together and do something with these fucking things.
Get the
man.
with the display cases that they have or whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
fucking A, Justin, dude. Why don't you introduce yourself real quick so the people in the audience can actually hear exactly who you are and what you're doing now.
Okay.
And then I want to dig really deep into it.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Justin Graber from Buffalo, New York, originally. Served 8 years in the military, Army, infantry. I was a population control specialist. 11 bang bang. I did 4 tours overseas, 2 with 101st and 2 with 10th Mountain Division. And then got out in 2012. I was like, you know what? I'm sick of getting shot at. I'm gonna go get shot at with fake bullets and be an actor. Everyone in the military told me I should be an actor. So when I got out, one of my buddies, David Turco, I talked him into joining the Army from high school. I was like, dude, this is what I'm doing. He was like, all right, I'll do it too. Changed both of our lives for the better. Both of us kind of grew up kind of poor, you know. And when I got out, he was like, I guess he felt indebted to me, and he was like, "What's your plan? What's your plan? You need a plan." And I'm like, "I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna pursue acting or something and get involved in the Buffalo film community, independent films out there." He's like, "You're an idiot. Go to school. Use your GI Bill." And I was like, "I don't want to go to school with a bunch of kids that are 10 years younger than
They're
me.
not going to get me. I went to war.
Yeah. I don't need water. Like, I'll get it myself." And then like a week passed, he calls me up. He's like, "I need your social security number." And I'm like, "What, dude? What do you need that for? Like, are you trying to get me back in the military or something?" He's like, "No, just give it to me." And I was like, "All right, here you go." And then another week passed, and he calls me up. He's like, "You have a start date, Savannah College of Art and Design."
No shit. He signed you up for college?
Yeah, dude. Like, I was like, "What, dude?" He's like, "Pack your stuff, man. Don't mess this up. You're moving in with me." He
And
was
so
stationed in Stewart.
it was a college for what?
For performing arts.
Performing arts.
Yeah, which is weird because like you're supposed to like audition for stuff like that.
Yeah.
But somehow like I don't know. I think he sent me like a self tape thing. He's like, "Oh, do this. Put yourself on tape." And I was like, "For what?" He's like, "Just do it, man." And I was like, "All right."
So damn. So
Yeah,
you got
like
in.
he's like, I did orientation as you, so when you get down here, I'll show you on campus. I was like, "What, dude?" So I was like, "All right, why not? I'll go to school." Met my now ex-fiance.
Yeah.
There, she got her master's in motion graphics. She's from Mission Viejo, and we dated for like 6 months. And she's like, "Oh, we're either breaking up or you're moving to LA because I'm not doing some long distance." But yeah, she dated a bunch of Rangers at Stewart or whatever, or Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter.
And I was like, "I like her. Well, I'll move to LA. Why not?" I was like, "What?" And me not being a school guy, I'm like, "What school should I apply to?" She's like, "Apply to USC." And I was like, "All right." I applied to USC and
You got in.
Got it. Yeah.
Jesus, bro.
Yeah.
USC. So you were doing theater in USC now?
Yeah. Graduated 2017, so 2 years ago.
So you got your bachelor's?
Yeah, bachelor's in arts. Yeah.
In arts.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Which is like I was in the BFA program at Savannah College of Art and Design. They had a really great program. And then I applied to the BA program and the BFA program at USC, got into both, but they were like, if you do the BFA program, you have to start at the freshman level.
BFA,
like,
explain that.
It's a fine arts degree,
Okay.
Bachelor's of Fine Arts, and it's more of a conservatory thing. You have to take these classes.
Yeah, very fluent. Like here's this list you're gonna do in the whole way through.
But the flip side of that too is like if you're in a BFA program, you're automatically cast. In shows.
They're handing you shit.
You're like, "Oh, you have to do this role. Like, do it." Like in the BA program, you get to pick which classes to take. You're like, "You know what? I think I'm gonna try a Shakespeare class."
Yeah, like I'm gonna focus more on this route.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have to audition, like the BFA program, like you audition too, but they're gonna get the role.
So now you're a legitimately trained theater actor.
Yeah.
And then, and how was it like from the transition of the military? Did you go through a transition struggle, or was it just kind of like, man, thank God I'm gone?
No, like I'm still struggling.
Yeah.
Dude. Like there's, and I think a lot of guys do struggle with that transition because like you're in the military, you have a mission, right? And like this is what you're gonna do, and you go do it. Like when you get out, you have to give yourself that mission.
Yeah.
I think that's where a lot of depression like happens.
Yeah.
With vets who get out because nobody's handing them the mission. Like it was great in school because again, it's a structured environment where it's like it's a good distraction. It's like this. I have homework. I have to do this. I have to learn these lines. I have to, study for this health class. But then when you get out, it's like, what do I do?
Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah. What next?
And it's scary.
Well, that's what I tell people. Is like, okay, you get out. You were trained and taught to be a part of a team, to think like the team, and complete the mission with the team.
Mm-hmm.
They tell you what to wear, what time to wake up, what the fucking schedule is for the day. Even when you're a high level fucking NCO, you still have someone telling you that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get out.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, no one's gonna tell me what the mission is. No one's gonna tell me what to wear, where to be.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no one to follow because my whole life has been part of a fucking team.
Yeah.
And then you go try and find that team. It's just a bunch of drunks at a bar, and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I can't fall into this, right? Because it's easy to fall into that.
Yeah,
I fell into that, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? These guys get me. Let me sit here, and eventually I get into this. It's the downward spiral with the group of guys that we all understand each other, but we don't realize we are our own toxicity, right?
Yeah,
we are
yeah.
fucking each other up because we condone this situation.
You're right. Yeah.
And like everybody hits me up right now, like, hey, bro, you in LA, bro? Ranger buddies, military buddies, man, let's grab a drink. And I'm like, I don't drink. Like I just stopped drinking for the fact that like I want to have better dialogue with individuals.
Right.
At the same time as like I know what drinking can potentially do. Like I'll start and not want to finish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I drank last night. Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean. But like we can get to these patterns because man, it's really easy to sit there with a homie, a guy that's gone overseas, a guy that gets you, and just really just rip all night and fucking, you know what, fucking it, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's really easy, and
Yeah.
it's in a sense there's a healthy thing for that, right?
Yeah.
There's, the debriefing side of things is really good for us, but it becomes like if you stay in that too long. Fuck, dude, 3 years later, you're still doing the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
And you still haven't allowed yourself to transition. Kind of like the death of someone, there's the grieving phases, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like in transitioning, there's a grieving phase.
Yeah.
The loss of a career.
Right.
You know? And if you stay too much in one spot and not allow yourself to do the full grieving,
Yeah.
you're stuck.
Or grow. Yeah. Like, right after the breakup, I quit drinking.
Yeah.
And all my friends were like, "This is when you should be drinking." I'm like, I just feel like I don't want to drink. And when I
Hold
finally
for sound.
Yeah.
Right, there you go, filming.
what the crap?
Hold for sound. Shut up, fucking
You didn't
Jets.
give them the schedule? Go ahead. Yeah, right after the breakup, I like stopped drinking because it felt like the right thing to do. And then when
Yeah.
I finally picked up a drink, like I'm drinking every now and then here and there, but it's not as excessive as it was before.
It's not with
But
the
I did
intentions
math.
to just fucking kind of drown out your sorrows,
Yeah.
right? Because if it is, it's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I did the math on the day that I picked up the drink on how many days it was.
Yeah.
And it was like accidentally biblical, dude. It was 40 days and 40 nights.
No shit.
I was like, what the crap? Yeah, it was like crazy. So if I ever do like a stand-up gig, I think
That's fucking great.
I'm gonna name
Yeah.
it accidentally biblical.
Well, dude, let's backtrack before we get into your acting on what you're doing, what you have been doing, and all the struggles of fucking being a fucking actor.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I want to hear about the struggles you had in the military because we've actually sat down and had lunch before, and it's an incredible story. And so this was when you were in 101st, right?
Yeah,
101st Airborne Division. And which deployment was
Rock-a-son!
it? Which
Yeah.
deployment was this when you got?
This was my second deployment, 2005 to 2006.
2005
And,
to 2006. At the same time in 2005, I was in Missoula. At
Oh,
the
wow.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, dude.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. So tell me,
Samara,
man.
Iraq. Yeah.
So what happened with you that you guys that are listening? This is what I've been like. I really want to get into this story because it's a fucking interesting one. I know he's not the only one who's ever experienced this kind of thing, and so
Yeah, so I was in Charlie Company. We got the nickname Kill Company. We had like a roster of how many kills each platoon had and
Yeah.
shit like that. We were on a 3-day rotation.
it is because that time it was hot and heavy in Iraq, dude.
Yeah,
It was hot and heavy. There's a lot of Al Qaeda. Oh, was it Al Qaeda or was it the other ones? Right, like
all of them.
Yeah, it was all the terrorist, all the
these
terrorist
motherfuckers.
groups that are out there. And at that time, even us, dude, in fucking
Yeah.
Mosul, it was hot and heavy everywhere. Dude.
Yeah, so we were on a 3-day rotation, which was we were securing MSR Tampa.
Yeah.
And so 3 days we'd be out on outposts. The next 3 days we'd be doing patrols. The next 3 days were missions. So if a mission got canceled, that was our day off, and that was few and far between.
Yeah.
And it's only 3
Right.
platoons freaking going through these rotations, and it was hectic, man. Like we were getting in firefights freaking almost every other day.
Yeah.
If it wasn't our squad, it was another squad.
Right.
And it was just hectic. So we had the same Captain Steele from Black Hawk Down.
Yeah.
Colonel Steele was our brigade commander.
No shit.
Yeah, which is a little crazy
It's fucking
to think
badass.
about.
There's a little history
Oh
there.
yeah, definitely.
Right?
Badass dude, very very aggressive in his nature, but that's needed in war.
In war,
sometimes.
for sure.
So my struggle came from Operation Iron Triangle and there were books written on this stuff, which is crazy that I didn't write yet. Other people have done their research and it's not 100% accurate.
Yeah.
But you know that happens. You know, whatever. Okay, so we got a mission to go eliminate all military-age males on a series of objectives.
Yeah.
Series of islands.
It wasn't kill or capture. It was just
it was
all kill.
Yeah. According to intel, there weren't going to be women and children. We're going in hot with Apaches and freaking
Right.
Blackhawks and all that stuff. And this is one of the missions we did jointly with the Iraqi army, one of the first ones. I remember getting up at like 2 a.m. and we're stealing their cell phones because we don't trust these guys.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a lot of corruption in their military. Didn't something just recently happen with Afghani
Oh, I think so.
National Guard or something
It's
like that?
nonstop, bro.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. So we get to the first objective, and it's a dry hole. It's like we didn't get somebody's cell phone in time.
Yeah.
It looks like it's just abandoned, and we're like, all right, whatever. I almost shot.
Those of you listening, a dry hole, it's pretty much you going into an objective building and no one's there because either they would get tipped off or we had bad intel.
Yeah, exactly. I almost shot one of the Iraqi army guys because I'm pieing a corner and he's just like running around by himself like a moron. It's nighttime too. I had my nods on, and if I didn't see like his elbow pad, I would have my finger would have been like, you're dead. So Blackhawks came to pick us up to hit objective 2. Waiting for plane. Waiting for
You're
the
good.
plane.
Directional mic, man. You get it right your mouth
good.
in there, you're good.
And we get to objective 2. Everyone's jumping out the helicopter, and there's this old man standing in the window with an AK, and everyone lights him up, and we have to run around the house to get in and start entering and clearing. And we're entering and clearing the house, and there's 3 guys cowering behind 2 females, which is a known Al-Qaeda technique because they know how compassionate we are and things like that. But like we see the females, and we're like, oh well, like what? There weren't supposed to be females. What the crap? So instead of killing everybody, we made a conscious decision to be like, well, we need to detain these guys. Yeah. So we detain the 3 guys. We get our interpreter in because for some reason we had one, but that was, I guess good for this situation. And the interpreter was talking to these guys, and they're like, no, we're farmers. And it was May time frame. Yeah. So if they were farmers, they would have had some like agriculture, right? But they didn't. And then we did a thorough search of their house, and we found all these AK parts and ammo and like bomb making materials.
What rank were you at this time?
I was a specialist.
You were a specialist.
I was a 20-year-old specialist.
What weapon system did you carry?
I had the 203.
You had the 203 at the time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
M4 and 203.
And so really, all you're doing is following your team leader and whatever he does.
Yeah.
Essentially, in the military, you have to understand it's the hierarchy of that is your team leader does what the squad leader's mission is, and the squad leader kind of facilitates movement of both his teams, Alpha Team and Bravo Team, and all the men underneath an Alpha Team and Bravo Team, which is usually a 3 or 4 man team, depending, 5-man team it can be. So Justin's just one of the dudes that just does what the team leader tells him to do.
Yeah.
Right. You just find your job.
Yeah. Just a grunt, just another grunt. So we find all these AK parts and ammo and stuff, and then there's another. We dragged the guy out, the old guy who was shot up in the window initially. He dies. We have to body bag him, and there's another house that's 300 meters to the north of this house, and everybody but me and I think it was Mason and the medic stayed back to body bag this other body bag and pull security on these 3 guys that are detainees now, and segregating the females, and they're asking them questions too, and I don't remember what happened with that. We ended up letting them go or whatever. Yeah. But at this other house, this guy walks out of his house with a baby. Yeah. He's like, don't shoot. And like, I have a baby. Like, hey, this is my bodyguard. But he's got like 15 women and children in that one house. Yeah. So we do a thorough search of his house. He only has like one AK and 1 handgun. They're allowed that. Right. But like, we need to detain this guy. You live next to these guys.
Yeah,
that have
it's kind of shady.
Stuff.
All the whole thing's a little shady.
Yeah, you might know something. We detain him, bring him back to the first house, and this is when the war was getting extremely political, and you had to like take pictures of like what you find, so you could hand it over to the Iraqi government, and they can try people if they want to, or do whatever they do over there. And so we bring him back, and we're doing all this picture taking and stuff, and all this stupid paperwork. It's like, we're at war, dude. Like, this is not the time.
So let's fast forward.
All right. So fast forward. Another helicopter came in and picked up one of the other squads that was with us, who hit another objective. Yeah. In that time, they were supposed to come back and get us. Another helicopter was coming to pick up these detainees, and when the squad leader called it up that we had detainees, the first sergeant came over the net and he was like, "Why the fuck are these guys alive?" He didn't understand. He wasn't there. He didn't have boots on. All he heard was detainees, and
you already had
ROE.
a mission. The mission was not to have detainees.
Exactly. Right. He's like, "What the fuck?" So my squad leader at the time, this was his 3rd deployment. He was a former Ranger, and he was an awesome leader, but something just clicked that day. Yeah. May 9th, 2006. And he was just like, he brought us in the house, and there was a few people still
and all
these
names. Everyone's dealt with this already, right? We're not trying to have another court case on this.
Yeah. Everything's done. And he's just like, we're gonna kill these guys. We're gonna cut their zip ties, tell them to run away, and we're just gonna say that they broke out of their zip ties and try to run away. Right. And like, people, especially in the infantry, people talk like that all the time. Kill, right? So I didn't think anything of it, and I'm thinking like choppers are coming over here, and then choppers are coming back for us to do some other stuff. I'm like, whatever. It's kill, kill, kill. This is how we talk. I go back to the landing zone. I'm packing up gear, getting ready to go. Drag the body bag, the dead guy in the body bag over there. And they walk the guy from the second house over to the landing zone. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, they're gonna walk everybody over one by one, and things are gonna be fine. But as soon as that dude like sat down, shots rang off. So two members in my squad like actually went through with it.
Yeah.
It wasn't the squad. There was two other soldiers. One was a piece of shit soldier, and the other guy, everyone has reasons for doing what they do overseas, especially overseas. Like
it's tough, like, man. It's if you're a subordinate and someone tells you to do something, it's like you feel compelled to do it. You're in an environment where it's like, we're at war. You're supposed to do everything they tell you to, and you actually hope that they're making the best decision for you when they tell you these things.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's tough. Like, I feel bad for any subordinate that been put through that.
Yeah.
And doesn't feel like it was justified.
Yeah. Plus, like other soldiers have different feelings about, especially like terror, and like everything's leading to define these detainees as they were fucking bad guys.
Right.
And other people are getting blown up throughout the deployment, and like we were lucky enough not to lose anybody, but people have reasons for doing what they do, and whatever. So
eventually,
so I run up on the aftermath of the shooting. These guys who were detainees unjustly shot, unfortunately. One guy's like puking up blood profusely. The other guy's like taking a breath every couple seconds. And the other one's just like fucking doesn't have a head, so he's gone.
Okay.
So I yell for the medic. Medic comes over.
You yelled for the medic?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah. And why was that? Why would you just feel like
it was just like
it was intentional what was happening? You knew it was intentional, but
yeah, but it was like
it's hard to watch.
Yeah, it's hard to watch. Like at this point, like these guys were detainees. They're non-combatives. They're human beings in my eyes. At this point, regardless of what we found in their house and shit like that. You know? Plus, you follow protocol. If they're
Geneva
detained,
Convention,
like,
you're supposed to.
you don't
right.
shoot an unarmed man in the back.
Exactly. At the same time as if you walk up on an enemy combatant that's injured, you are supposed to render aid.
Yes, exactly.
I'm saying what it is, but I'm not saying what happens. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like the two other guys in the squad plus the squad leader, like they punched and cut each other to make the story seem more legitimate.
Oh shit.
They had like they found shears and stuff like that, and like one guy was cut across the arm and stuff. So the medic comes, and like by the time he gets to the house, like I didn't see them shoot up anybody because the house was obstructing my view. And when I was running back to the house, the squad leader came around and was like, "What happened?" And I'm like, "You know what happened? You're just saying this to cover your tracks." And this is my thought process. But then I get to the front of the house, call for the medic, from what I saw, and then he comes. The guy was puking up blood, expired. He died already, and the other guy was still taking a breath every couple seconds.
Yeah.
And then the medic was like, "I can't do shit for him. He's done."
Yeah.
And then he went to go aid Hunsaker and Claggett.
Right.
The two guys that shot these guys up unjustly, because of their self-inflicted wounds.
Right.
And because the medic wasn't tracking.
Right. Yeah, no, he just walks up on a scenario thinking, holy shit.
Yeah. What
shit just went down.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And like I'm standing there watching this dude like take a breath every couple seconds, and the squad leader looked at me. I looked at him like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
And he's like, put him out of his misery. I didn't take that as an order. Like a lot of people are like, oh, you're just following orders, because like in my mind, like at that point,
it felt like the only option.
Yeah, it's like, do I watch some dude suffer to death that's in a situation that shouldn't be?
Yeah.
And like if I was in that, like I would want someone to fucking shoot me. Like I can't ask him. I don't speak Arabic.
Yeah.
Fluently. So it's like I did what I felt was right.
Right.
I put a bullet in his head. Actually shot twice because I missed the first time.
Yeah.
I don't tell a lot of people that, but it's because I pulled my weapon up and I look away and I squeeze the trigger, and then I was like, wait, did I get him? And then he takes a breath, and I'm like, oh shit! And I noticed the hole next to his ear. I'm like, oh, I have to actually aim and like watch this shit. And then I do it. His eyes snap open.
Fucking terrible.
That shit fucking stays with me, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and you see it in the movies where like they close the eyes. You know? I tried doing that. That shit doesn't work.
No.
It's like I'm like, oh,
so
close the eyes, man.
We're gonna fast forward a little.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
I want to fast forward to the point where now you guys are getting in trouble for this scenario.
Yeah. So there's a huge blown out investigation that was almost closed, but the guy who was a shitbag couldn't keep his mouth shut because everyone in the platoon was giving him shit based on the cover-up story, which was that he got knocked out by a potential, terrorist. Obviously, he's gonna catch shit for that. But he was like, no, he got sick of catching shit for that, and he was like, no, this is what really happened. We're badasses. We cut their zip ties and told them, and like, dude, the people that he told obviously were like shocked, like, dude,
so
you don't do that stuff.
In your
like,
head, you're wanting this to come out thinking because it's fucking eating you alive, or is it also you're like, oh shit, I just hope this thing gets put away, like nothing, it's just ignored and done.
In my mind, like because of all the other stuff that we experienced over there, like I just want it to go away.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, should these guys go to jail for what they did? Probably, but at the same time, we're in war and shit fucking happens and people make fucking dumb decisions.
That interesting conundrum, right?
Like, it's like these guys are my brothers too.
Yeah.
Like these guys have had my back this entire
that's
deployment.
one mission compared to all the other missions where they got your back, you got their back, and it's
something that they have to live with for their lives.
And you.
But do they need to go to jail for it? Probably not. Like, I didn't want it to come out. Like,
right.
I was like, you know what? This is what they said what happened when I was questioned. I was like, this is what they said what happened. I didn't see what happened, so this is probably what happened.
Right.
Sorry. And then it wasn't until that the piece of crap soldier that probably didn't belong.
So he pretty much called.
He's like, no, I'm cool. I told them to run away, and I shot them, and they did the Harlem Shake or something weird.
He was just saying just dumb shit just to look like a fucking badass.
Yeah, and the people that he told were like, this isn't cool. This isn't right. So they went to CID and told them what he told them, and then
opened up a full blown investigation again.
Yeah.
All the fucking
and
things.
by the time I was brought in the second time, like maybe I should have watched more like lawyer shows growing up, and should have been like kept my mouth shut and been like, I need a lawyer. But I was a 20-year-old kid. I didn't know. The second time I was brought in for questioning, they're like, we know this happened, this happened, this happened.
Yeah, they told you they have everything.
Exactly right, and like they got me, and I was like, I didn't know if they knew about what I did.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, they should probably hear that from me. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think it was going to be like a Geneva Convention thing.
Yeah,
I'm not thinking about, and you're not thinking about that in war either. Like, you're, especially when you're like thinking about, oh, fucking A or B, shoot the guy or watch him suffer
out of
to
that
death.
whole scenario, you felt like, well, you didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I put some dude out of his misery. Yes, and then all of a sudden I tell them that, and they're like, oh, wow, we have to deal with this now. And I'm like, what do you guys mean? And 4 days later, they bring me back in. They're like, we're charging you with murder, attempted murder, conspiracy to commit murder, falsifying documents. I was like, I never falsified any document. I didn't see anything. This is what they said. Like,
let me ask you this.
Yeah, they eventually dropped that.
So at the end of this whole court case,
they were going for capital punishment, man. They wanted to kill us.
Yeah,
they put my MySpace picture on CNN.
No way.
Yeah, I was in the DFAC one day, and I was like,
so at the end of it all,
yeah.
How many guys got charged?
4.
And for what was the heaviest charge?
Murder.
Murder.
Yeah.
And how many years were those guys getting?
They took 18-year plea deals. So they wanted all of us to plea against the squad leader. And again, I'm in the situation where like I don't want to
that's hard
take
to
the
do.
stand against like my brothers. Like they did something wrong, but like it's so
War is such a weird one, man.
Yeah.
I try and explain it to people like, look, I'm not ever gonna be the one to judge someone on some shit acts they do in war because like you just don't know the full experience of it, right?
Right.
Each one is different, and it's like you don't train us to kill, and then send us to war and ask us to have boundaries on that,
right?
And like, we do because we're Americans, and that's the kind of the cool thing about us, but no one else does. And that fucks with us too, knowing like, hey, they're just fucking leaving bombs on the road for any motherfucker to get killed.
Right.
And
yeah.
So all these things, it's a fucking weird space to be in. We're honorable fucking American soldiers, so we abide by Geneva Convention. But like, just saying that, it's like, man, whoever wrote those never been to war.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know?
Like, and it's so hard. Like one of the first guys that we detained overseas during this deployment, I remember like feeling so bad for him because he was crying. He was like telling the interpreter like, I'm a good guy, let him know like I don't do anything wrong. And we're like, hey, we're just gonna take you in. I'm letting the like interpreter tell him like, just tell him we had to take him in for questioning.
That's it.
And if he's good, he gets to go. And he's like crying. and I feel so bad for this guy. And then we take him back to the fob. He's like on the HVT list.
Yeah.
Like high value target. Like
Yeah,
freaking supplying
he's a
guys
big
with
fucking
bomb
asshole.
making materials. I'm like,
Yeah, he's killed
this
countless
guy
amount of
freaking
soldiers.
believed what he was doing was
He's
so
count-
right that
He's not just killed a lot of soldiers through IEDs. He's killed a lot of innocent people.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, fucking these guys. It's a trip. But either way,
right.
whatever that is.
Yeah.
So what happened with your case? What did you get hit with?
So yeah, I was charged with murder, attempted murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and they wanted me to take a deal, and I was like, I don't want to take a deal, and they were like, I finally took a deal when they came to me and were like, everyone's taking a deal. So
Yeah.
and I was like, oh well, if everyone's taking a deal, then I'll take a deal. But they lied. Not everyone was taking a deal.
Fuck.
They were using that as a tactic to make people take deals.
Yeah.
So mine was 9 months for a lesser included offense of aggravated assault with a dangerous weapon. And then I ended up having to testify against my squad leader.
Yeah.
And all the other guys did too.
So those guys got 18,
Yeah, they took 18 years.
and you got the lesser because
And I got 9 months because of the mitigating circumstances behind it. Plus, it was kind of messed up because I was the only one that was not put in pretrial confinement. And they treated these other guys like dogs. Like,
they were in prison.
yeah, they were, but overseas, like in cages and shackled, and like they treated them like shit, dude. Like it wasn't.
While
good.
you were overseas, these guys were already apprehended,
Yeah.
and you were just in the
And
case.
they moved me to a different unit. They moved me from Charlie Company to HHC, which was kind of cool because also weird because they took my weapon away, and they're
so
just like,
you're just doing
keep an eye.
paperwork?
Yeah, they're like, we don't know if he's like really involved with these other guys or not. Like, keep an eye on him. But that helped me in my sentencing phase because I went from a unit where people knew me and they knew I was squared away in my work ethic to a new unit, and I just like showed them that, and they were like, oh, this guy's facing capital punishment.
Seems like a good
and
dude.
he comes to frickin' work and takes initiative and doesn't need to be told stuff and leading other people. So everyone came and spoke. A lot of people came and spoke on my behalf or wrote me letters of recommendation, which helped, and I didn't get kicked out like at my court martial. Like,
Let me know. So you did 9 months in what is it, prison, in a jail,
Fort Knox,
on holding,
regional corrections facility.
Corrections. You did 9 months after certain and any crazy. Is prison in Knox very similar to what you assume prison is in the real world?
No, it's a daycare.
It is.
Yeah, it's like, count 4 times a day. We need to make sure everybody's here. You face the wall, and they say your number, your bunk number. You like do an about face.
They don't have gangs in there. They don't have.
Well, no,
it's not
like
like that. Like,
yeah,
infantry, infantry
maybe
sticks
at Leavenworth,
together.
but not at Knox, man. Knox is like it felt like a daycare.
Just
but
holding
like
center.
my first 3 months though, I was in solitary confinement at
Why is that?
county jail. Because I was awaiting everybody else's trials or whatever.
Oh my god, that would
trial.
suck.
Yeah, dude.
So,
like,
that's
so
23
they didn't
hours?
know. They didn't know the mitigating factors behind my case. They just saw that this guy was charged with fucking this.
Yeah, they just
put him in fucking solitary. He's
Damn.
crazy. But I think I preferred that because I had my own room, my own space.
Yeah.
Like I did my own thing. They supplied us with books every once in a while, so I got to read a lot.
Holy shit! So
And
you
then the
did,
3 months of being in solitary, like you earn days off your sentence every month that you're good. So they didn't know if I was good or not in solitary. So I got 5 days a month off my sentence for 3 months. So
Nice.
that's 15 days off, which is nice.
so you did 9 months. After 9 months, you're out, and
So after 9 months, the Rakasans wanted me back. Everyone was under the consensus that I would do my time, go back to my unit, and continue on. But that wasn't the case. So there's some stipulation and some regulation written somewhere in the military that if you get sentenced to 4 months or more confinement, automatic discharge. So at Knox, they have a processing company, the special processing company, whose sole purpose is like to find people who are in my situation and do the paperwork. There's only one major who's a company commander and a first sergeant, and everybody else is civilian contractors who do paperwork to get you out.
What year were you at Knox?
2007.
It's funny. I was there in 2008 for Drills North School.
Oh, nice, beautiful. Right there. Yeah, I got to drum it in 8. So like also people have gone AWOL, like go through this place, and they're on lockdown, but like guys like me, we're not on lockdown, but like we have to like do work for them and stuff like that. We help out their supply guys and like all the people coming through.
So they were trying to process you out, and you fought that.
Yeah. So I'm like, wait, hold on, guys. Like my unit wants me back.
Yeah.
and this major pitcher was like, he's like, I don't retain people. Fucking, you're getting kicked out. It's a general discharge. Obviously, your unit wanted something to happen. I was like, my unit did want something to happen.
Yeah.
Something I've done my time. This is like
they want you back now.
Yeah, this is like freaking double jeopardy, right? And
Right.
he's like, no, our way around double jeopardy is because we're kicking you out because you went to jail, not for your crime. And I was like, what? That's fucking bullshit, man.
Yeah, that's fucking shitty.
So that was a long uphill battle, and he was like, well, if your unit wants you back, get your command sergeant major at your brigade level to write me an email, and
Right.
I'll send you back. So I email him, Sergeant Major Camacho. I'm like, hey, like, unit wants me back. I want to go back.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready to serve again. And he didn't know me that well.
Yeah.
The sergeant major, like, he didn't know me personally, but I guess he talked to the people around the unit, and they were like, yeah, like, we want Graber back. Like, let's bring him back. But he made his decision up, and he was like, you know what, frickin', keep him in the Army, but send him somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then the major was like, dude, like, that wasn't the deal. The deal was going back to your unit, so I'm kicking you out. I'm like, dude, man, like, he's like, I obviously, I got a whole packet of papers of letters of recommendation that were written before the trial.
Yeah.
And all the new ones from now, like, people saying they wanted me back. He's like, obviously these guys are going to say good things about you. They're your friends. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, there's like first sergeant
I don't
letters
fucking
in
know
there.
these
There's
people.
XO's letters, you know.
Well, dude,
frickin-
just to speed up the story, only because there's more. Is you spent after that, you got back into the military. You
Yeah.
went to Fort Drum, right?
Yep,
You were
yeah,
10th Mountain Division.
So like one of the prosecutors from the case found out what I was going through by word of mouth and
Yeah.
emailed this guy on a whim saying, like, it's not hard to find one guy to say the guy I'm prosecuting is a dirtbag,
Yeah.
but it was in this guy's case. I think he has more to give to the Army. So then at that point, the major was like, all right, well, you have 6 months to make up. I'm not going to kick you out at this point. You won this battle, but I can't send you anywhere with 6 months. So, like, you just work with us, and then you get out February 2008 with an honorable discharge. And I was like, no, sir, let me re-enlist. And the first sergeant, who's an MP first sergeant, he's like, I've had to bite my tongue this entire time, man, because it's my job to support the commander, but you want to re-up after what the Army put you through? The
Yeah.
Army screwed you, man. Like,
Yeah.
they screwed you over. And I was like, well, I came in the Army as an E3. I don't want to get out as an E1 with an honorable discharge. Like,
Yeah.
how's that going to look on a resume, right? So I re-upped. He illegally promoted me twice, like, because you're not supposed to get promoted until 6 months after the military.
Yeah.
And he was like, worst case, they find out and they take a half month's pay, but like, you're a solid dude, man.
Yeah.
He talked me into staying at Knox for a little bit longer because he was like, you really want to re-up? But I can't get you can't get a choice of duty station.
Yeah.
You can't get a bonus based on your rank. I was like, I'll re-up 2 years in needs. And he's like, you're probably going to go to Korea. You cool with that? I was like, I'll go to Korea.
Yeah.
But they sent me to drum, and then I was trying to report early, and he's like, what do you do here, man?
Yeah.
Like, what's your schedule? Tell me right now. I was like, I wake up at 6, do PT on my own, and then I come back. I work for you guys like 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Then I go to the library and do like correspondence courses
Yeah.
for like promotion points.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're not gonna get a sham job like this for a long time, man. Trust me, eat it up. I know you want to go back to the line unit.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna deploy as soon as you get back there. Wait till your report date. Don't report early.
Yeah.
I'll try to get you your specialist rank and WLC before you leave. And he tried, but he couldn't. So I'm reporting to Fort Drum as a PFC with CIB and a combat patch, air assault wings, and everyone's like, "What'd you do? Like, you messed up, huh?" And I'm like, "Oh well, I mean, wrong place, wrong time,
Yeah.
right uniform, you know."
Then you end up getting through the military, and eventually, when you're out of the military, you move to LA, and now you're acting.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna fast forward this because only because I want to talk about your acting before we finish this. But I mean, it's crazy to hear that you went through that. There's a lot of guys that go through that. I say a lot. Those stories happen, and those stories are not being told. Right? Those stories are not being told. It's sad because you had to go through that. You know what I mean? It's part of war on its own, you know what I mean? And those are leadership decisions that are being made, and whether anyone listening believes it was the right decision or not, that's completely irrelevant. It's up to them.
Yeah.
But I do feel for the fact that you had to do that and then get put through that as well. Easily they could have put you in for murder completely, and then 18 years, see you later, right? Easily, and it was just a blessing that you didn't have that. So now you have an opportunity to come out here and live your life as full as you possibly fucking can, and you're doing it acting, which is the hardest fucking thing you could have done.
Yeah, right? It's like, because I do counseling out here, and like, my counselor is just like, freaking, like, why would you put yourself in this position? Like, you've had to fight your whole life, especially in this situation, where to stay in the Army and like re-enlist. And then like I made staff sergeant before I got out too.
Yeah.
Like, 2 years and 2 months after my day of getting out of prison, I was a staff sergeant, dude. And
Yeah.
like, there's no better feeling than that.
Yeah.
And I was a great, I was a great
resilience
leader. I'm
and
not
perseverance,
tooting my own
dude.
horn. Like, people still like reach out to me from the military and stuff like that. I reported to Fort Drum as a PFC. There was a specialist female who was still a specialist when I was a staff sergeant.
Yeah.
My last deployment, I got sent home early for some other stuff, and they were like, you get this shit bag, good luck with her. And I'm like, you guys just don't fucking get it.
They don't
man.
care
Like,
about their
yeah.
subordinates.
So I pull her aside. I'm like, everyone thinks you're a shitbag, right? She's like, Roger, Sergeant. I'm like, I don't fucking care. You get a clean slate with me. And she's like, her eyes open. I was like, why'd you join the military? Tell me your purpose. Why did you do it? She told me. And then I'm like, do everything I fucking tell you to do. And this is right when the military was like implementing the whole, like if you're a specialist for so long, you're not promotable.
Yeah, they're gonna kick
get
you
out.
out.
Yeah. I'm like, do you want to get kicked out? Like, do you want to stay in? She's like, no, I want to stay in. I was like, do everything I tell you to do. You're going to the board.
Yeah.
I took her to the board right before everybody redeployed from that deployment.
Yeah.
And one of the first sergeants in that board pulled me in afterwards. He's like, I've seen this soldier bounced around from company to company, squad to squad, and nobody could swear away, man. Like, we need more guys like you in the military.
Yeah.
And it
That's
sucks.
good.
Like,
That's good leadership, man.
yeah.
That's good leadership. But that's some of that's missing, right? It's something that you wish you had too. Someone that's
Yeah.
gonna,
Yeah.
if
I had a lot of bad leadership and I had a lot of good ones. And
in
I'm
my
like,
head, dude, if that squad leader wanted you to pull that trigger, I wish he just would have done it himself instead.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just kind of like, don't put it on this guy and do it yourself. But again, mission dictates. It is what it is. So tell me about acting real quick, man. I want to know what so far has been your proudest role that you've attained, and what is the goal? What is the end state goal for you as an actor?
Yeah. Right now, I think the proudest role is like just a commercial I did for Honey, the online shopping thing that automatically finds promo codes and applies them to your cart. I was the guardian angel in that spot. But when I went to the audition for that, I wasn't auditioning for the guardian angel. I was auditioning for the guy sitting in his parents' basement or something.
Yeah.
And dude, like, because I've been writing my own material and like editing it at all and stuff like that, it's taught me like how things go, and it's made me more comfortable in the audition room. So like I was slurring lines. I'm like, oh, like correct myself, go and just repeat back from one, like as if they were filming there.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you've done this before. I'm like, yeah, Roger, I've been doing my own stuff. I'm like, all right. And they kept me in the room for like a half an hour. Read for this role.
Yeah.
And I read for like 17 different roles almost. That's probably an exaggeration. It was probably only like 7. But and then they're like, yeah, we want to book you for this.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it was a non-union gig, but I was able to negotiate non-perpetuity. So like, they have to take it down after a while, or repay me and stuff, which is great. And like the commercial world is weird, man. But I'm joining SAG soon.
Good.
So Monday I got the paperwork ready.
It's hard to land commercials now because a lot of commercials are non-union.
Right. And the end goal is like I just want to be a successful actor. Like if I win an Emmy, great. Like I don't know if I want to like put that on that
The
pressure
goal
on
list?
me.
Yeah.
Right. It's just like if I'm paying my rent with acting, which I did this month, which was great, then I feel good, you know.
Yeah.
And I love the whole process, especially with the training I have with theater at USC. It's amazing. You know? It's a good feeling.
Good.
And using like the Rolodex, you call it your Rolodex, using that to get to where you need to go, emotionally or whatever is crazy. Man.
Yeah,
it's almost therapeutic.
I try and tell people, I think guys like you, guys like me, guys who experience combat and like very close hand, you kind of seen the lows and the highs, you know what I mean, of other people's lives, you know what I mean, of your own, you know what I mean. You've been put through like an emotional fucking roller coaster, and so it almost gives you a better opportunity to be a good actor. In my head, if you use it right, if you harness it right, if you know how to control that, if you know how to provoke it when need be. Yeah,
learning how to parallel it with imagination.
Yeah,
is like what I found works for me.
And that's the thing, is like a lot of people who are actors probably haven't had those experiences, so it's a lot harder for them to get to where they need to go. Yeah. I think guys like us have, it's on standby waiting for someone to use. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so that's why I think like a lot of veterans right now are looking into getting into acting, and I think it's a good thing, and I hope you guys listening that are interested, you guys can reach out to Justin. He's always there to help me whenever I need something too, as well. Is another one of the guys I bounce shit off of. And I just think there's definitely a future for a lot of veterans, and to find the therapy in it, which most people don't even imagine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going from a guy who kicks indoors, going from a guy who's a physical fit guy, who's a fucking known as as just a physical person, has to now use his brain. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Now has to use emotion. I think it's good for us to be able to do that because it breaks down a lot of those walls that I think we put up for ourselves.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fucking A, dude. This went a lot fucking faster than I thought, man. I got to get out of here.
Shit. Oh, yeah, you have a class,
but it's all good, man. Please go ahead and give them where they can find you and where to come check you out.
Sweet. So I'm on Instagram as Juston, Juston. My dad was drunk and didn't draw a straight line, so it's Juston. RG. And yeah, I mostly use Instagram. So
check them out on Instagram. You guys have any questions? Anything else? Go check them out. Thanks for listening to the podcast.
Sweet.
I did it.